Hello peepees, aka plant peoples. It's been a while since I uploaded a video, and today is just going to be a golden hour special and a little plant growth update. I love the look of golden hour when it hits my shelf. It's just so beautiful and magical when I see the sun rays just hitting these plants, and it just creates a really nice sheen to some of the plants as well. So I wanted to capture that and just show you what I see on a daily basis. Okay, so starting from one end of my shelf, this is my Monstera elbow. I don't know what's going on. I did put it up in a pole, but its leaves are losing its fenestration. I'm not really sure what's happening. I don't know if it's a nutrient thing, but it is in pond passive hydro. Next we have the Philodendron SP Silver. I have two. So this one here was an import from Equiflora, and you can see that it's more gray. It's got more of the gray sheen to it. And then this one back here is actually from North Shore Tropicals. It's got a deeper sort of green and like deeper looking venations. So yeah, it's really neat. They're both the same, but they look so different. So I don't know if there's other variations. And also there's a huge caterpillar growing, so I'm very excited to see what or how big the next leaf is gonna look like. I actually kept it in its original pot that it came in. I have not repotted it, so it needs a repotting. As you can see, it's growing out of its pot here. This guy here is my Biliaceae and Adipoense cross. It's quite big. These are the two original leaves. I did lose one, and it's actually finally growing new leaves. And these are the new 3 leaves that I have. It is growing in a, I guess, like upright position. I think the normal Biliaceae is growing in like a bush. So so I'm not too sure, but that's what it looks like for now. My Vitarifolium has grown quite a bit. This is the second inflorescence. I did try to I see some pollen happening here. I did try to put some pollen on it from my last inflow and it doesn't want to focus anyways. So I don't know if it actually took. I don't know if the pollination was successful because now I see like pollen on this here. I don't know. We'll go back to it. I've been documenting it. This one here is my Crystallinum and Magnificum cross. It's finally given me a new leaf. It's been a long time. This was the second leaf after I acquired it from the purge last year that North Shore Tropical had with Charmaine and Alice. Yeah, so it was dormant for a really long time. What else do I have here? I don't know what happened to the silver blush here, but the most recent leaf is the cutest. It's super round. It's almost looks like a dorayaki actually. And my serpents that I imported, what is that? Okay, I don't know what happened with this leaf. I thought maybe there were thrips, but there was not, so it's probably like a CalMag deficiency. I don't know, or it's a very thirsty plant. I always end up letting this plant dry out, so I feel kind of bad. And then my other import here was the Bessier. This is, I think, a Bessier Natenza, I'm not sure. Again, like the way how it grew out, this is the newest leaf in my care after I acclimated it. So hopefully its new leaf will look better than this, but it looks like it's got a rough past here. And I also tried to fertilize it with Crystal Stars MSU. I did put like a very, very low strength, but I don't know if this is like a fungal, like the specks here or not. If anyone knows, please let me know. My Mayoi has been growing really well. It's really bushy now. The only thing is like the internodes were really close together here, and that's what I liked, but then it started shooting up a longer one. So I don't know if it's maybe like a sun thing, but it is in pond. There were some roots sticking out, and I did put one of these bud, I guess, what do you call these, bud keepers? And it's growing a new root. I don't know if I want to chop it. We'll see, but it's been rooting pretty well as well. This is my other Bessier. Look at the sheen of this leaf. It is gorgeous. It's also doing this little yellow speckling thing. I don't know what it is, honestly. Like, I've just watered everything with systemic, so hopefully if it is a fungal infection, that will keep it at bay. It has a new growth. This is actually right here is a growth point, but this one here I think is an inflorescence, which I'm shocked because after importing this plant and acclimating it, this was the newest leaf that came out, so I didn't think that it would shoot out an inflorescence that quick. So I will save some of its pollen. Oh, I just knocked over my dice in here. This is my Gloriosum Zebra. I actually imported two. I bought two from, I think, Equigenera. I am so convinced that these plants only look like this with these super striped, I get, yes, zebra-like stripes due to condition. Like, don't buy it if you cannot produce or give it enough light and the perfect conditions, because what happens is it just looks like a regular Gloriosum. This was sitting in my cabinet acclimating, and it didn't have like the enough lights, but it looks nothing special. So I will just enjoy these ones while I have it. I don't know if I'm gonna sell it or not sure. So the next one I have is my Philodendron Glorious. This is one of the leaves, one of the two leaves here were the original ones that I got from North Shore Tropicals. Since then it's grown quite tall. I'm too lazy to build on the lazy moss pole. It's just growing so fast and I just can't keep up, and this is kind of dry. But it is sizing up. It's not bad. So quite happy because it was very small. So you can see the comparison here and here. This is the Philodendron Splendid that I got. I think it's a Splendid that I got from Jing. It was a 1-leafer, the one down at the bottom here, and it's grown 3 leaves, the 4th one on its way. It was rooted in perlite, and I've switched it over to pon. So I'm very excited to see. Oh my gosh, I'm very excited to see what the new leaf, how big it's gonna be. Nothing interesting, but this is my Dion Idul. It's finally decided to sprout. It was like half sprouted like this for a really long time. It only was a recent last like week or so it decided to finally give me a stem, Jack and the Beanstalk style. So hopefully that will grow into a nice plant soon. Oh yes, this is my Japanese global pothos. So I did cut it, so you can see there, and it activated 3 of the growth nodes. So I have 3 new stems coming out. I'm super excited for that because it's gonna get nice and bushy. I have the top cutting here. It's super nice, so I don't know. I want to sell it, but I don't at the same time just because it's so beautiful. Some say it looks like a Medulla pothos, like me, aka, but the more I stared at it, and it's just so different. Like it has this little nice, almost like a neon green to it, whereas the Medulla doesn't. It has more of like the green shades and the white. This is my very sad looking global green. I don't know what's going on. I think, again, it's like a magnesium, calcium sort of thing. Like, it's just really sad. It was good at first, but I don't know what happened. I forget what this was called, the genus name, but I think it's like not Dollar Tree. I'll put the name down. But yes, it's finally grown. It's given me another, I guess like, not stick, but another branch, since I'm sure this plant has been cut multiple times at the nursery. I got it from Crystal Star Nursery. This is my New Guinea Ghost. It's lost leaves when I first got it, but you can see a little baby one coming there. So it's growing pretty well. I heard it's a very robust grower. This is my Hoya Sunrise that I got. It started off with 2 leaves here, but it's grown quite quickly, and I do have multiple leaves now. This one here is my Hoya. It's actually one of my first Hoyas that I acquired. It's from North Shore Tropical. I think it's a Hoya Koreana. I'm not sure. Again, like, I'm gonna list all the names down at the bottom here, but it's in pon, looking a little dry. It hasn't given me any blooming flowers yet, but behind it is my Matilda, and as you can see, it does have a little dongle here and another one in the back. It hasn't grown. It's been a really slow grower. It's a viney mess in the back. I need to fix it, but that's pretty much it with that plant. And then I have a Sagillatus here. Nothing going on. Like, it hasn't grown at all. Like, sometimes I look at it, I'm like, are you even alive? Hello? Roots are great. I just don't really know if this is like a super slow grower. Honestly, me having all these plants, I don't know much about it. It's like trial and error. And also I wanted to give a shout out to SNJ Plastics. She makes these trellises with eco-friendly plastic, and my favorite one is actually this one here. It's a piggyback one, so it's a double trellis. She makes loops, like hairpin ones. She even makes sticks. So I have my Stanleyana here, put it in my clear moss pole. I prefer these plastic ones more just because they don't rot in the soil when you leave them over time, and it's really cute. I like it. This is my Anthurium metallicum. It has made its way outside of the cabinet, and then it's also giving me a new growth. It's still growing, still hardening off, but it's very, very nice. I hope to have a bushier plant. I just wish I can give it a better condition so that the petioles are not super long like this. I have two Mandula pothos, one here where it's beside my TV and one on the ground here. This one I put it on a half moon planter, and I want to show you the roots. It's like root borne. Like, look at that. Isn't that great? It's really good. I like it. It's my first time making one of these half moons. I didn't think that the plant would take to it, but it did. And it didn't really size up my leaves though, so I actually ended up cutting the top, which is what I showed earlier, and then so it did activate 2 growth points. So this one and this one here. So we'll see what happens. This one is growing out, and I don't know if I should try to attach it to the pole. It's doing this little tiny thing. I seriously don't know. Maybe I'm not fertilizing enough. And my second pothos, it's on a pole as well, but it's on like your traditional moss pole. I didn't think it would do anything, but honestly, it loved it. Like, sorry about the gnats sticker there. The gnats found a little home here, and that's why I have the sticker there. But yeah, I get it. It's like moist and everything, but if you have a moss pole attached and it's near the base of your substrate, you should probably put a lot of water, because the moss pole will absorb all the water, and that way you don't need to water it, and it's like self-watering. Okay, next I have this Alocasia Frydek. It's lost most of its original leaves. This is the newest one. It's still hardening off. As you can see, it's lighter than all the other greens. It does this thing where it spits out like a green leaf with very, very low variegation. So this one you can see there's only here, and then it will produce a more variegated one, the second leaf, and it does that alternating. There is a little baby growing out here. It's got a little like yellow specks on it, so I don't know what it is honestly. And then it's also having another one here, which is more variegated. I did see these when I was collecting or harvesting the corms, but I didn't want to bother it because it didn't have any roots, or it wasn't like fully developed. But after I moved this plant into pond, it just took off. Like, look at the roots of this thing. It's crazy. I even have roots like coming up at the top here. And then I'm going to show you the babies. Oh, and also, so this is my Ficus triangularis. It has recovered so much. It dropped so much leaves in my cabinet just because I thought it needed high humidity. But her plant story had actually told me consistent light and consistent watering is key. And so that's what I did, and she was right. Like, this plant is bushy again. Okay, so isn't this so gorgeous? This is one of the corms that my Alocasia mother plant gave me. Actually, it was one of the baby plants that was already growing when I first purchased the plant, but I did not know that it was capable of producing something like this. It is crazy. And yeah, so I did harvest 2 corms along with this bigger plant here. I grew this one. It's so pretty, and it's got a new one coming out. Like, I was gonna sell it, but I don't know, like, it's just so hard to let go when the plants are just so beautiful. And I think when the corm has like grown its first leaf, if it looks variegated like this whole plant is going to be variegated. Oh my god, what was that? That was so scary. Anyways, this is the second oh my god, that scared me so much. This is the second corm. It doesn't have a lot of variegations on it, and I think it's going to shoot out a new plant here, or leaf. I'm not sure, but we'll see what happens with this one. Maybe it's got its mother's genes, who knows. Okay, this one is my AH74. It gave me a new leaf, but it looks like it's reverted. It looks like a pubica splash. Cannot talk today. Anyways, you know what I mean. And so I don't know if I should wait till it grows a little bit bigger and then chop it, because I really liked the way these leaves looked. I just was a little disappointed when this came out. And this little Totoro was also from S&J Plastics. So this is one of my other Hoyas that I acquired. I totally forgot the name of it, but it's super cute. I've seen people grow it and let it like trail, but I'm not sure if this is a vining sort of Hoya or something that likes to trail. I'm not sure. I'll have to do a little bit more research on it, but it's growing pretty well. It's in Pon, Orchiata, and Perlite mix with some leca. But this is what it looks like. Oh. This is my Sininja. Long story with this one is when I did a little small order, I had 4 of them, and this one, unfortunately, it came very, very damaged. There was no leaves on it. It was just literally a bulb. You can see where I had snipped. And I was sad, but I totally forgot about this plant. I left it in the corner, and it's given me a very, very nice bloom. The leaves are just amazing. It actually feels like a puppy's ear. It's super soft and it's growing pretty well. So I'm very excited. I think these do bloom, or they flower, so I'm excited to see what that will look like. Alright, so this is my little ping garden. It's just sitting over leca. It's outgrown this little display really quick. I didn't expect all my plants to grow this fast, because when I first caught them, they were tiny. They were like super small, like this one over here. Honestly, they haven't been sun stressed enough, so I don't really remember the genus of all these. I think maybe this one is a Azarina. I'm not too sure. And I tried to propagate some of them. So the only successful one was this one here. I don't know. I think it's a Gigantium. I'm not sure. But here's all the little babies. And yeah, I didn't have too much success with that one, whatever it is. But that's pretty much it. That's my ping garden. I don't know what to do with it. This is a very, very sad looking plant. It's my Anthurium villanaorum. This one was one of my first plants that I got. I got it from North Shore Tropical. I'm not really sure what happened, but it was dormant for almost 2 years. Like, it was bad. Like, it was only recent that I repotted it into my pond mixture, just because it wasn't doing anything in moss, and I wanted to see if there was something wrong with the roots, but it's okay. Like, but it hasn't really grown much, to be honest. But I noticed growth points on the chonk itself. This is the first leaf it gave me. I thought there was thrips, but no, it's just another ugly leaf. But it has a new growth point here, so hopefully it'll look a little bit better. Like, this is not a very attractive plant, but if you Google it, like, I'll put a little side picture here, that's what it's supposed to look like. So I don't know what's going on with this one here. but hopefully I can grow it to what it looks like on the internet. I think I talked about my, not Stanleyana, this is the Dean McDowell AF. I was like, it doesn't look like a Dean McDowell to me, but as I gave it a chance, as it's growing, it's been starting to have rounder leaves. Like this one is the newest leaf, I believe, and it's getting round, because all the other ones, the naive ones, are like long like this, so I wasn't sure. Oh, I think this one's a new one too, but I tried to help it, that's why I ripped the leaf there. But I'm very excited to see it grow. I have a new leaf growing in here out of its caterpillar, so super excited. Maybe I'll do another update later on. This is a Florida Ghost. I actually tried to get rid of it. It had thrips. Like it had thrips in the winter, which is weird. But yeah, it's just, it's a slow grower. I mean, it's kind of being neglected by me. I do have a new leaf coming in, and it does look pretty white, so hopefully it's gonna be pretty. I actually started to like this plant a little bit as it's filling in, so it's not bad. I think I'll still end up keeping this plant. In my cabinet, I still have all my Hoya imports in there. Nothing much is going on, to be honest. A lot of them have just recently started to push out vines and new growth. So this one here is my BH04, I think. I water rooted this one, and this is the leaf that it gave me. Nothing going on with my, what is this? Oh, there goes Google. Oh my gosh, it's not coming to me. Rotundiflora. Nothing's going on with that. I might just combine the two and just have like a bigger plant. This is my Obavada Splash. It's getting rooty, and I don't know if that is a growth or anything. I guess it's kind of starting to grow, but it's really slow, like the process. This is my Thomsonii. It looks really different from my Thomsonii that I got from Crystal Star Nursery. It's very interesting. I have a prop here. It's my Mame. I've cut that plant so many times, it's not even funny. So yeah. My queen is looking very ugly now. I think this is fungal. I mean, I've watered it. So what happened was I kind of damaged the leaf, and I think it just got infected, and then now this plant is on its way to the afterlife. I want to say it was beautiful while it lasted. It doesn't have any growth points, I don't think. I need to take it out and take a look. For some reason this one doesn't have a growth point, so I don't know. It's probably going to revert back to a very naive form of the Warocleanum. I took a prop out of my Anthurium metallicum that you saw earlier, and it pushed out a leaf and a second one coming out. I should probably water it because it looks thirsty. Actually, no, it's not bad. But yeah, that's my little baby. Everything else is still the same. I had a Anthurium dubilis that I got, and oh my gosh, the way how, like, when I unwrapped it, it was pretty much crisp, and so I just decided to chop everything and then see if I can rehab this. I heard it's pretty hard to acclimate. No new roots, maybe a little bit, but it looks like there's a new root coming in, so I might actually just chop this off of the main chunk and see what happens. This is my regale I finally brought from my home because I recently moved in December. I cut this chunk off of the main chunk, which was huge, and then now it's not doing anything. I get it, like I shocked it for sure, but it hasn't grown any new roots. Like, it's such a rooty plant. I just don't know. Hopefully it will, I guess, become a good rehab project. Yeah. Oh yes, this is my other Gloriosum Zebra. Like, it barely has any of that super striated look. These are the original leaves that it came from, and my leaves are just, yeah, they're not very happy. And this is the newest leaf. Like, you can tell, like, it's just a normal Gloriosum, honestly. Like, I would be like, this is like a total scam. So don't buy it, guys, unless you're confident that you can give it the conditions that it needs. Then cool, but other than that, it's just like a marketing deploy. Really should have kept all the tags for these plants that I buy. This is my philodendron something, okay? I love the texturing on the leaves. It's super pretty. It's like, it feels very like hard, but it's soft. Like, it's soft to the touch, but the leaves are firm. And then I have a fern here. I love how it's kind of transparent. Isn't that so beautiful? And then I also have another fern. I'll figure out the names and then I'll write them down, but this is super nice. It almost kind of looks like parsley in a way. I do keep it under a cloche, so because I think these are terrarium plants. That's why. I got this cloche from H&M, so if you guys are wondering, and if it's still available, go get yourself one. This is a Branditianum, Philodendron Branditianum, that I am trying to sell. I just don't like it anymore. I also imported one, and it has such a long long stem that I chopped it, and then it hated it. It hated how I chopped it, and then the whole plant almost died. And you can see the newest leaf I had to chop off because it died, but it's rooting really well now. I'm just rooting it in perlite, and then it has a new leaf coming in, so I'm happy to just keep that one. I don't need another plant here, but it's got tons of growth on it. This is my begonia. I'm not really a big fan of it, actually. Like, it just looks nice in the case that I have it as. And this is my giant Gloriosum that has never stopped growing. This was sold to me as a very mature Gloriosum, but the thing is, like, all these leaves are just so small when I got them. I don't know, maybe I'm a Gloriosum grower, but the leaves that grew out of my care are massive. Like, look at this one. Like, I don't do anything. I honestly just leave it in moss, and I just water it. Like, look at that. I don't know why it's facing that way. It's like the sun doesn't even come through that way. And then this is my Jade and Pearls? No, Joy? I forget. Last but not least is my Epipremnum. No, this is not Epipremnum. Anyways, Exotica. I love how it has giant leaves. Like, look at this. It's absolutely amazing. It's pretty bushy. The only thing is, recently near the bottom, it's starting to throw out these long internodes, and they're pretty much like a runner, honestly, but I've been cutting them. Like, you can see that I just cut one here, and there. Hopefully it'll grow a big leaf for me, because this biggest leaf here, I did cut it. I've trimmed it down. I don't know if I can show you. Yes, this is where I trimmed it, and it grew that big leaf, but then it threw out this long, like, runner, and forever ongoing long runner. I'm actually wanting to cut this one too, but I'll just leave it, just because it's kind of nice when it ooh, I just stepped on my bag of chips. When it has a little bit of, I guess, a drapeage. Well, not anymore because I just pulled it and it looks ugly now. So anyways, I might cut it. I've been lazy. I don't water propagate it either. I just stick it back into the soil. And it's been doing well. We have reached the end of the video. For those who stuck around, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this, please give it a green thumbs up, like and subscribe. If you do have any video suggestions or something that you'd like to see, please leave it in the comment below. I'll try my best to make a video on that. As always, thank you once again for watching, and I will talk to you soon.